chose to give birth unmedicated or you have given birth unmedicated, please tell me why.
I know this isn't my usual content, but I actually really love talking about pregnancy and giving birth. And of course, this is a judgment-free video. This is not about what kind of birth is better and which moms are more moms than other moms. This is just my own personal experience. But when I was pregnant, I knew very little about being pregnant, and I knew even less about giving birth. And it was actually my younger sister, who was pregnant at the same time as I was. Our daughters are actually only 10 weeks apart, who asked me, while I was pregnant, like, so what's your plan? What's your plan for giving birth? And I was like, my plan for giving birth is to go to the hospital and the doctors will tell me what to do and I'll just do what they say. And she's like, you might want to learn a little bit more about giving birth than that. And I've been looking into something called the Bradley method. And I think my sister's, the smartest person I know. So I was like, okay, well, I'll listen to her. And I started to learn more about the Bradley method. In fact, my husband and I started, taking classes. And the Bradley method is a partner-led birth plan where your partner not only helps you through, your delivery, but also advocates for you because, you can't advocate for yourself because you're busy giving birth. And it was through that I really started to realize how much I did not want to have medical interventions if I could prevent it. I was totally open to having them if I had to have them, but I didn't want to have them if I didn't need them. Ultimately, I did not want to have a C-section. I was really far more scared of a C-section than I was at giving birth. And again, no judgment to anybody who's chosen to have a C-section, who was forced to have a C-section, who had no choice, other than to have a C-section. It's not about that. I just didn't want one if I could prevent one. The thought of it really scared me. And then I saw the epidural needle and I was like, okay, if I could avoid that too, I want to try. And if I'm being 100% honest, like 100% honest, part of me was driven by how many people told me they didn't think I'd be able to do it. So many people, a lot of men actually said, oh, once you feel that first contraction, you won't be able to decline, an epidural. You're going to need the epidural. I was like, why are you telling me I can't do something? Why are you telling me I can't do something that billions and billions of other people have done, before me? Why are you telling me I can't do this? So a little bit of it, I'm not going to lie, was, ego driven. Like, you're telling me that I can't do it, well, I'm going to prove you wrong and I'm going to do it. And I did. And when I finally went into labor with my first daughter, I couldn't have gotten the epidural even if I wanted to. The way that my birth was going, from the time I got to the hospital to the time my doctor arrived and told me to start pushing was maybe 45 minutes. I didn't have time. I didn't even have time to fill out my paperwork. I had to fill out my paperwork after I gave birth because my baby was not waiting. I won't say that it wasn't painful. It really was. Giving birth really hurts. And my first birth, there was a little trauma attached to it, but it had nothing to do with, being medicated versus not medicated. It was just the way that my birth was going. I can talk about that later if you guys want me to. But after the birth of my first daughter, I was able to get up and walk around very shortly after my delivery. And because I was able to do it with my first daughter, I had a second unmedicated delivery with my second daughter. I gotta tell you, my births were so different. They were like night and day. One was really chaotic and the other one was really calm. But again, we can talk about that another time. Good luck.